Hi, we are going to do a DIY pumpkin succulent planter this evening. I'm so excited to share this activity with you. It makes for a lovely fall decoration, and right now you have pick up the pumpkin patch as far as pumpkins go. So it's a nice time to do it in preparation for Halloween. This particular pumpkin succulent, they can last up to 2 months. So it can take you all the way from Halloween right to Thanksgiving, where you can use it as a beautiful Thanksgiving centerpiece at your table. So a couple of things to get started. You'll need a couple of supplies. One, when working on any surface, whether it is your backyard potting bench or patio table or kitchen table, I like to put a vinyl barrier down to protect the surface, and it makes cleanup a lot easier. Second, you'll need a pumpkin, and they are bountiful at this moment. So now's the time to go to the pumpkin patch and pick out your favorite. I recommend doing a Cinderella pumpkin. They're a little bit flatter on top and a little easier to plant your succulents. I have real liking for the teal color pumpkins. I also enjoy the pastel pink pumpkins. You can choose white, really any color that you'd like. So picking your pumpkin, you will also need to get a few succulents, and I like to choose a variety of succulents in texture, in color, really anything to your liking. So a couple of these, I typically work with 4-inch succulent, potted succulents. They tend to work best for a medium-sized pumpkin, which this is. A couple of other supplies that you will need a large carving knife, and you will need a paring knife. These come from my kitchen. They are not pumpkin specific, so you'll need that. Plus you'll just need a simple bowl. And that's enough for us to get started. So let's go ahead and begin by carving the top of the pumpkin off. So what I like to do is I like to notch my pumpkin top here, and you can see I'm just working the carving knife into the pumpkin, and I'm making an outline about the same diameter that our succulents are, so about a 4-inch diameter. So just take your time as you work your way around and notch your pumpkin, and you'll continue to do this until you can feel the top of the pumpkin give a little bit, and when you feel like it's loose enough to go ahead and pull it out, that will take us to step 2. I'm going to grab this pumpkin that I carved out just moments ago, and go ahead and pull out the top. This is where the bowl comes in handy. And what you're going to do next is you're going to take your paring knife, and you're going to very carefully work your way around the edge of the top of the pumpkin. And what you're trying to do is to get a clean line where your succulent can very nicely fit inside. And so you'll just continue to use the paring knife to cut it in the shape of the succulent. And it looks like this one is just about right. And so we will go ahead and take our succulent, pop it out of the container. One thing to mention before we put the succulent in is you are going to keep all of the pumpkin seeds and everything inside the pumpkin. You're going to leave it there. You're not going to discard it. And the reason is because the seeds and the inside of the pumpkin are going to nourish and hydrate your succulents. So they act as just a great environment for your succulents to thrive. So all of that stays inside. You will then very carefully work your succulent into the hole at the top of the pumpkin, and it looks like this one fits just about right. If you don't get it right the first time, you can just simply remove the succulent and go back in with your paring knife until you get the circumference just right. And finally, I like to take a wet, damp towel, paper towel, and clean off the pumpkin And there you have it. You have made a DIY pumpkin succulent planter. I hope you enjoyed this activity, and I hope that you are able to enjoy these pumpkin succulents for many months to come. And it's going to make a lovely fall centerpiece. So enjoy.